Welcome to Useful Words. Hi, thanks for being here. Today we're going to share the law of identity, how you can use it to transform your life. Every single one of us is on a journey to discover who we really are. It's a lifelong process that begins the day we were born and ends the day we die. Along the way, we make mistakes. We have triumphs, and we learn lessons that will shape and mold us into the people we were meant to be. One of the most important things we can do in our quest for self-discovery is to learn about and understand the law of identity. This powerful law states that each of us is exactly who we say we are. It's not what other people think or say about us that matters. It's only what we believe about ourselves that counts. If you want to discover your true identity, you must first get rid of all the false beliefs you have about yourself. These false beliefs are usually based on what other people have told us or what you've seen in the media. Once you let go of these untrue thoughts, you can start to see yourself more clearly for who you really are. In this video, we'll introduce you to the law of identity and learn how it can help you create the life you want to live. Let's begin. What is the law of identity? Many of us go through life without really knowing who we really are. We try on different identities, like clothes, to see what fits. But sooner or later, we realize that none of them truly represent our authentic self. So how do we find our true identity? The answer lies in understanding the law of identity. The law of identity is the most fundamental law of the universe. It states that everything is what it is, and nothing can be anything else. This law is absolute, unchangeable, and eternal. It is the foundation upon which everything else in the universe is built. The law of identity is also known as the law of principle of identity. It is the basis for all logical reasoning. Everything in the universe has an identity. A thing is what it is, and it cannot be anything else. This law applies to everything, including human beings. Each of us has a unique identity that cannot be changed. How the law of identity applies to you. The law of identity applies to you in many ways. For now, let's focus on just two. First, as an individual, and second, as a member of a group. As an individual, you have a unique identity that cannot be changed. You are who you are, and no one can change that. Your identity is based on your individual characteristics, experiences, and beliefs. As a member of a group, you also have an identity. Your identity is based on the shared characteristics, experiences, and beliefs of the members of your group. For example, you may identify as a student, an entertainer, or an American. Each of these group identities come with its own set of characteristics, experiences, and beliefs. We are constantly bombarded with messages telling us who we should be. Social media, advertising, and even other friends and families can influence our sense of self. It's no wonder that so many people struggle with figuring out who they really are. Thankfully, there is a tool that could help you cut through all the noise and discover your true identity. The law of identity. The law of identity states that A is A. In other words, things are what they are. This simple concept can be applied to every area of your life in order to help you find clarity and peace of mind. Here are a few examples. Number one, your job is not who you are. Your job is what you do, but it is not who you are. Just because you work in a certain field or have a certain title doesn't mean that you are defined by your work. You are so much more than your job. Number 2, your possessions are not who you are. Your possessions do not define you either. They are simply things that you own. They do not have the power to control you or make you happy. Number 3, your past is not who you are. Your past does not define your present or future. You can choose to learn from your mistakes and move on, or you can let your past hold you back. The choice is yours. Number 4, other people's opinions of you are not who you are. What other people think of you is their business, not yours. You get to decide who you are, and nobody else's opinion should matter more than your own. Number 5, your past doesn't equal your future. One of the most common misconceptions about the law of identity is that it means your past defines your future. Nothing could be further from the truth. Just because you made some bad decisions in the past doesn't mean you're doomed to a life of misery or despair. The beauty of the law of identity is that it gives you the power to choose who you want to be. It's never too late to start making better choices and living a life that's in line with your values and goals. Number 6, you are not your mistakes. Another common misconception is that the law of identity means that you are your mistakes. This is simply not true. Yes, your mistakes can shape who you become, but they don't have to define you. Instead of dwelling on your mistakes, learn from them and use them as motivation to become a better person. Remember, it's never too late to start making better choices and living a life that is in line with your values and goals. Number 7, you are not your failures. Just because you failed at something doesn't mean you're a failure. Failure is only permanent if you give up and stop trying. The beauty of the law of identity is that it gives you the power to keep going, even when things get tough. So if you failed in the past, don't let that hold you back from achieving great things in the future. Use your failure as motivation to become a better version of yourself, and don't give up on your dreams. You are not your mistakes. You are not your future. You are not your failures. You are not your past. So what are you? According to the law of identity, you are the sum of your parts. You are the unique combination of experiences, talents, and skills that make you who you are. Once you embrace that, there is no limit to what you can achieve. The law of identity is the most fundamental law in the universe. It states that everything is what it is, and nothing can be anything else. This law applies to everything in the universe, including human beings. As individuals, we have unique identities that cannot be changed. And as a member of groups, we have shared identities based on the characteristics, experiences, and beliefs of our group membership. The law of identity is a powerful tool that can help you figure out who you really are beneath all the noise and confusion of the world around us. So next time you feel lost or uncertain about yourself, remember the points above and use them as guides to rediscovering your true identity. How to transform your life. Are you happy with your life? If not, it's time for a change. It's time to transform your life. But how? It all starts with you. You are the only one who can change your life. No one else can do it for you. Each of us is exactly who we say we are. If you want to change your life, you need to change the way you think about yourself and the world around you. Only then can you start making the changes that will lead to a happier, more fulfilling life. Here are some suggestions to help you get started. Number 1, believe in yourself. The first step to changing your life is believing that you can do it. Too often we doubt ourselves and our abilities to make positive changes. We tell ourselves that we're not good enough, smart enough, or talented enough. But the truth is, we are all capable of greatness if we set our minds to it. Number 2, set your intentions. The second step is setting your intentions. What do you want out of life? What kind of person do you want to be? Once you know what you want, you can start taking steps to make it happen. Write down your goals and review them regularly to keep yourself on track. Number 3, take action. The third step is taking action. Change doesn't happen overnight. It takes time and effort. But if you're unwilling to put in the work, nothing will ever change. Start by taking small steps and build up from there. Remember, even the smallest progress is still progress. Number 4, be patient. Be patient with yourself as you transform your life. Change is a process, not an event. There will be setbacks along the way, but don't let them stop you from reaching your goal. Stay focused on what you want and don't give up. Anything is possible if you believe in yourself. Start with baby steps. You cannot expect to make radical change overnight. It took years for you to get to where you are now, and it will take some time to change your life. Start with small changes and work your way up. For example, if you want to start working out, start by going for a walk around the block. Slowly increase your intensity and endurance of your workout as you become more comfortable. Get rid of negative influences in your life. Negative influences can come in many forms, such as toxic relationships, bad habits, or negative thoughts. If you want to change your life, you need to get rid of anything that is holding you back. This includes anything that makes you feel unhappy, anxious, or stressed. Cut out toxic people from your life and surround yourself with positive people who will support you on your journey. Set realistic goals. It is important to set realistic goals for yourself so that you do not become discouraged along the way. If your goal is unrealistic, it would be very difficult to achieve and you will likely give up before you even get started. Set small goals that are achievable and gradually work your way up to bigger goals. Celebrate each accomplishment along the way. Number 8, evaluate your current situation. In this step to making any change is to take a good hard look at your current situation. What is working well in your life? What could use some improvement? Be honest with yourself as you evaluate your current situation. This evaluation will help you determine what changes you need to make in order to transform your life. Number 9, set your intentions. This step is to set your intentions for what you want to achieve. What do you want your life to look like? What kind of person do you want to be? Once you have a clear vision for what you want, it would be much easier to take the steps necessary to make it a reality. Number 10, take action. This is where the rubber meets the road. It is time to put your plan into action and start making changes in your life. Remember, transformation doesn't happen overnight. It is a process that takes time and effort. But if you're persistent, eventually you will reach your goals and transform your life. The law of identity is simple. You are what you believe yourself to be. This powerful universal law governs our life, whether we realize it or not. Every thought we have, every decision we make, is based on our identity, who we believe ourselves to be. This might sound like a no-brainer, but so many of us go through life on autopilot, never taking the time to think about who we want to be or what we want to do with our lives. We just follow along with what everyone else is doing, going through the motions, day after day, year after year. But what if there was more to life than just going through the motions? What if you could create the life you really want by simply changing your beliefs about who you are? The truth is, you are not your job or your title. You are not your possessions or your bank account balance. You are not your past or your future. You are not even your body. So if you're not any of those things, then who are you? The answer is simple. You are an infinite being of love and light. You are perfect and whole just as you are. You have everything you need within you to create anything you want in life. All it takes is changing your beliefs about who you are, and that's where the law of identity comes in. How to change your beliefs about who you are. The good news is that changing your beliefs is actually much easier than you might think. Here are a few simple ways to get started. Number 1, spend each day in silence and meditation. This will help you connect with your true self and begin to see yourself as an infinite being of love and light. Number 2, be mindful of your thoughts and emotions throughout the day. When negative thoughts of emotion arise, simply observe them without judgment and let them go. Number 3, spend time each day doing things that make you feel good, things that make you feel happy, peaceful, and love. This could include activities like spending time in nature, listening to music, reading, writing, and dancing. Number 4, surround yourself with people who love and support you unconditionally. People who see the greatness within you when you don't see it in yourself. These people will help mirror back to you the truth about who you really are. Number 5, practice gratitude each day for all the good things in your life, no matter how big or small. Focusing on what you're grateful for will help shift your focus from lack to abundance and help attract more good things in your life. Number 6, live each day with intention and purpose. Knowing that everything happens for a reason and that there is a higher purpose at work in all circumstances, even when things seem difficult or challenging on the surface. Trust that everything is happening exactly as it should be happening, and know that there is a greater plan at work even when things don't go according to your plan. The law of identity is the first and most basic law of thought. It states that everything is what it is and not something else. In other words, your thoughts, emotions, and actions are all a reflection of your identity. If you want to change your life, you need to start by changing who you are. A great way to do this is to develop a personal mission statement. A personal mission statement is a short sentence or paragraph that summarizes your core values and beliefs. It's like a compass that points you in the right direction when you're feeling lost or confused. Developing a personal mission statement will help you clarify who you are and what you want out of life. Another way to change your identity is to associate with people who have the same values and beliefs as you do. Surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals will help reinforce new identities and accelerate your personal growth. Additionally, reading inspiring books and listening to motivational podcasts are also a great way to develop a positive mindset and become the best version of yourself. The law of identity is the foundation of creating the life you want to live. If you want to change your life, you need to start by changing who you are. You can do this by developing personal mission statements and surrounding yourself with like-minded individuals. By clarifying your identity and aligning yourself with positive influences, you'll be well on your way to creating lasting change in your life. You have everything within you right now to create anything you want in life. But it all starts with changing your beliefs about who you are. Use the tips above to begin shifting your thinking from limited to unlimited and start living the life of your dreams. How to change your thoughts. Every day you have thousands of thoughts, and each one of those thoughts creates a feeling. If you want to change the way you feel, then you need to change the way you think. It's not always easy, but it is possible. Here's how to change your thoughts using the law of identity. Number 1, be aware of your thoughts. The first step is to become aware of your thoughts. You can't change something if you're not aware of it. So start paying attention to what goes in your head throughout the day. Number 2, question your thoughts. Once you become aware of your thoughts, the next step is to question them. Why do you think that? Is it really true? Is there any evidence to support that belief? Number 3, choose different thoughts. Once you question your original thoughts, it's time to choose a different one. If the original thought was negative, choose a positive thought instead. If the original thought was based on fear, choose a thought based on love instead. Fill your mind with positive living thoughts and watch as they begin to manifest in your life. The law of identity is simple. Whatever you believe about yourself is true. If you believe you're stupid, then you are. If you believe you're smart, then you are. If you believe you're capable, then you are. Your beliefs create your reality. So if you want to change your reality, then you need to change your beliefs. There are some ways to do this. Number 1, by changing the evidence that supports your current beliefs. Or, number 2, by changing the meaning that you give to that evidence. Changing the evidence. Let's say that you believe that you're not good enough. Every time something bad happens, it reinforces that belief. But what if you change the evidence? What if every time something bad happens, you look for the silver lining? For example, let's say you didn't get the job you wanted. Instead of beating yourself up and thinking that it's because you're not good enough, think about all the things that this experience has taught you. Maybe it taught you how to be a better interviewee. Or maybe it's given you some insights into what kind of company culture is a good fit for you. Whatever it is, focus on the positive and let go of the negative. Changing the meaning. Even if changing the evidence is impossible, changing the meaning is always an option. This is where reframing comes in. Reframing is when you take a situation and look at it from a different perspective. For example, let's say that someone cuts in front of you in line. You could get angry and think, what an inconsiderate person. Or you could reframe the situation and think, that person must be really in a hurry. By changing the way you look at things, you could change the way that they make you feel. Now, have you ever thought that your thoughts are stuck on repeat? You're not alone. A lot of us get caught in negative thinking patterns that can be tough to break out of. But the good news is, you could change your thoughts. It might not be easy, but it's definitely possible. Here's how to get started. Step number 1, identify negative thought patterns. The first step is to identify negative thought patterns that you want to change. This might take some time and some introspection, but it's important to be as specific as possible. Once you identify the problem, you can start working on a solution. Step number 2, challenge your thoughts. Now that you know what the problem is, it's time to start challenging your thoughts. Why do you believe the things you do? What evidence do you have to support your beliefs? When you start questioning your thoughts, you'll likely find that they're not as solid as you once thought. And that's when change can begin to happen. Step number 3, replace negative thoughts with positive ones. Once you challenge your negative thoughts and start to see them for what they are, just thoughts, it's time to replace them with positive ones. This is where affirmations come in. Affirmations are positive statements that help to reprogram your brain and change the way you think about yourself and your life. For example, if you're trying to break out of a cycle of negative self-talk, an affirmation might be something like, "I'm worthy of love and respect." Repeating this affirmation to yourself on a daily basis will surely but surely help to change the way you think about yourself. And as your thinking changes, so too will your life. The next step is to become aware of your thoughts. Pay attention to the chatter in your head throughout the day. Notice what kind of things you're telling yourself. Are they positive or negative? Do they make you feel good or bad? Once you become aware of your thoughts, you can begin to change them. Here's how. Every time you have a negative thought, counter it with a positive one. For example, if you're thinking, "I'm such a loser," counter it with, "I'm doing my best." If you're thinking, "I'll never be successful," counter it with, "I'm taking steps every day to achieve my goals." This may seem like a small change, but it could have a big impact on your life. I'm sure you heard of the law of attraction, but have you heard of the law of identity? The law of identity is just as important, if not more so. Your identity is who you are. It's your characteristics, your values, your beliefs, your thoughts, and your actions. All these things make up your identity. And the law of identity says that whatever you believe about yourself is what will become true. If you believe you're not good enough, you will never be good enough. If you believe you're smart and capable, you'll become smart and capable. It all starts with your thoughts. So if you want to change your life, you need to start by changing your thoughts. Changing your thoughts is not as easy as it sounds. Our brains are wired to resist change. But if you're serious about changing your life, you need to find ways to change your thoughts. The law of identity says that whatever you believe about yourself is what will become true. So if you want to change your life, start by changing your thoughts. Be aware of your thoughts, question them, and choose different ones. Fill your mind with positive, loving thoughts, and watch as they begin to manifest in every area of your life. The law of identity in our lives. Have you ever wondered why some people seem to have all the luck? Why it seems like they can just snap their fingers and everything they want comes to them? The truth is, these people aren't necessarily lucky. They just mastered the art of using the law of identity to their advantage. The law of identity is a powerful tool that we can use to create the life we want. This law states that we are each a unique expression of the divine. And as such, we have within us all the power and potential we need to create the life we desire. All we need to do is align our thoughts, words, and actions with our desired outcome, and the universe will conspire to make it happen. One of the most important laws in the universe is the law of identity. This law states that you are who you believe yourself to be. If you believe you're a winner, you'll act like a winner and attract success into your life. But if you believe you're a loser, you'll act like a loser and attract failure. Your thoughts create your reality. So if you want to change your life, you have to change your thinking. Start noticing the negative thoughts that run through your head all day long. Every time you have a negative thought, counter it with a positive one. For example, if you catch yourself thinking, "I'm such a screw up," say to yourself, "I'm doing my best." It takes practice, but eventually you'll start seeing results. The more positive your thoughts are, the more positive your life will become. Now that you know what the law of identity is and how it works, let's talk about how you can use it in your life. Here's some more steps that you could take to start using this powerful tool today. Number 1, get clear on what you want. The first step is to get clear on what you want. What are your goals? What kind of life do you want to create for yourself? Spend some time writing down your answers to these questions. The more specific you can be, the better. Number 2, align your thoughts, words, and actions with your goals. Once you know what you want, it's time to start aligning your thoughts, words, and actions with your desired outcome. This means thinking positive thoughts, speaking positive words, and taking positive actions that will lead you closer to your goals. Remember, whatever you focus on expands. So if you focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, you'll be more likely to achieve it. Number 3, be patient and let go of attachments. This step is to let go of attachments to the outcome. This doesn't mean that you don't want it anymore. This just means that you trust that it will come to you in perfect timing. Have faith and trust that the universe has your back and knows what's best for you. When you let go of attachments, you open yourself up to even greater possibilities. Number 4, know who you are. The first step to using the law of identity is to know who you are. You are not your job, your title, or your possessions. You are a unique individual with your own set of skills, talents, and passions. When you know who you are, it becomes easier to stay true to yourself and make choices that align with your values. Number 5, be intentional with your thoughts. Once you know who you are, it's important to be intentional with your thoughts. Every thought you have is creating your reality. So make sure they're a positive one. If you find yourself thinking negative thoughts, counter them with positive affirmations. For example, if you're thinking, I'm not good enough, tell yourself, I'm worthy and deserving. Number 6, visualize what you want. Another way to use the law of identity is to visualize what you want in your life. See yourself achieving your goals and living the life you want. The more detailed and specific you can be, the better. Really feel what it would be like to achieve your dreams. The happiness, the excitement, the satisfaction. And watch as they begin to manifest in your life. The law of identity is one of the most powerful laws in the universe. What you believe about yourself becomes your reality. So if you want to change your life, start by changing your thoughts. Fill your life with positive affirmations and watch as your life transforms before your eyes. The law of identity is the most basic law in mathematics, but it's also a powerful tool that we can use to better understand ourselves and our place in the world. When we accept and embrace our own uniqueness, we open up a world of possibilities for ourselves. We can become anything we want to be because we are equal to ourselves. So ask yourself today, who do you want to be? And then go out and be that person. Discovering your true identity. We all have an idea who we are. We are the sum of our experiences, our thoughts, and our actions. But what happens when we realize that we're not living up to our potential? What happens when we realize we're not the person we want to be? It can be a shocking and painful experience, but it can also be a chance to start fresh and discover your true identity. The first step in accepting your true identity is accepting that you're not where you want to be in life. This can be a difficult thing to admit, but it's an important step in the journey. Once you accept that you're not where you want to be, you can start taking steps to get there. This means looking inward and asking yourself tough questions. It means being honest about your weakness and your fears. It means facing up to the things that have been holding you back, but it also means recognizing your strengths and your potential. When you take the time to really get to know yourself, you'll be amazed at what you find. The second step is figuring out what you want to be. This is where dreams come into play. What do you want to achieve in life? What kind of person do you want to be? These are tough questions, but they're worth asking. Once you have a better understanding of who you are and what you want to be, you can start making plans to get there. The third step is taking action. This is where the rubber meets the road. You can't just sit around and hope that things will change. You have to make them change. You have to take actionable steps towards becoming the person that you want to be. This might mean making some major changes in your life, or it might mean making small changes each day. But whatever it is, taking action is the only way to making your dreams a reality. Number 4, know who you are not. The fourth step in discovering your true identity is to know who you are not. You are not your mistakes, your failures, or your past. You are not what other people think or say about you. You are not your job, your title, or your possessions. You are not your looks, your height, or your age. You are not your thoughts or your emotions. You're not even your name. Number 5, be okay with being different. One of the hardest things for many people is to accept that they're different from everyone else. We all have unique talents, gifts, and abilities that make us special and sets us apart from the rest of humanity. When you're able to embrace your differences and be okay with being who you are, then you're well on your way to discovering your true identity. Number 6, follow your heart. Your heart knows who you really are better than anyone else. It's been with you since the day you were born, and it would never leave you or forsake you. When you listen to your heart and follow its guidance, then you can't help but discover your true identity along the way. The 7th step is to accept ourselves for who we are. This means accepting both our strengths and weaknesses. We all have flaws, and that's okay. Embracing our imperfections is an essential part for finding inner peace and happiness. Once we accept ourselves, we can begin to exploring our talents and interests. What are we good at? What do we enjoy doing? When we find activities that make us feel alive and fulfilled, we know we're in the right track. These are the things that make us unique and special. They are the things that make us who we truly are. The journey to discovering your true identity can be a long and difficult one, but it's worth it. When you finally find your authentic self, you'll feel a sense of inner peace and happiness like you never felt before. So don't give up. Keep exploring your talents and interests until you find the activities that make you feel alive and fulfilled. These are the things that will help you create a life that is uniquely yours, a life that is full of meaning and purpose. The law of identity is a powerful tool that we can use to create the life we want. And by aligning our thoughts, words, and actions with our desired outcome, we can tap into our own power and potential to manifest our dreams into realities. So if you're ready to transform your life, get clear on what you want, align your thoughts and actions with your goals, and let go of attachments to the outcomes, trust that whatever is meant for you will find its way to you in perfect timing. And watch as your life unfolds in beautiful ways beyond your wildest dreams. I'm Leroy Glover, and I thank you.